Hey everybody, this is John T. Meyer and welcome to episode 27 of Answers to Questions. This one's a little bit different. We actually don't have questions, we have all answers, we have comments, and we are tackling the topic of social media. So the question we're asking ourselves today, social media, what's the point? I have three takeaways of what I believe are strong core beliefs about social media. So the first one is that social media is an archive. It truly is. Think about that. When you go back home to, say, your grandparents' house or your parents, and you go down in the basement, you find the big trunk and you open it up and there's really cool pictures and handwritten documents and letters from your great-grandparents or from my great-great-grandparents when they came over from Norway. And it's really cool stuff, but it's tangible, which is great, but there's only so much of it in a box. Every time you send a tweet, every time you create a video like this or upload a Facebook post, you are creating your internet archive. And that's maybe exciting, it's maybe you don't care, maybe it's scary, but it's real. And so think about that the next time you're in a line that's too long at Starbucks waiting for the unicorn frappuccino and life sucks, right? What do you want to put and how do you want to leave? I'll use this word, maybe some people don't like it, but your legacy on social media. So social media is an archive. The second point about social media is it does allow you to create a brand. Social media is a brand, and like it or not, you have a personal brand. And that again is one of those feels weird to even say it out loud, but it's true. And so think about the things you want to learn, the things you want to share, the stuff that you want to create, what you want to put into the world, either giving back or learning, taking from, learning. It does allow you to create a persona. And the only tip that I recommend here is create a persona and tie it as close together to who your true, authentic self is, right? Maybe you want to become a person that you act like or are becoming on social media, but really make sure that's where you want to get. I recommend that versus being one person on social media and being another completely different person in the real world. So social media is a brand and you are a brand. The third point that I want to make about social media is addictive. It truly is, right? There's true psychological factors and elements that are built into social media. The mechanics of social media are inherently addictive, right? So when you scroll down on your feed and pull down that Instagram, waiting for that next beautiful photo, you get a hit of dopamine, and your dopamine in your brain tells you this is exciting, this is new. It creates a distraction, it creates something more interesting than often the true matter at hand, the conversation, the person across the table, the real work that you're trying to focus on. So I think it's great, it's a good tool. It allows you to do the first two things we just talked about and much more, but recognize that it is addictive. And I would recommend creating some sort of system or process around managing that. So if it's one day a week where you turn off all social media, if it's a couple weeks a month where you do a detox, if you get a dumb phone because the smartphone is too distracting, whatever it might be, create some system that recognizes social media is inherently addictive. So we asked you guys on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, on social media, what you thought the point of social media was. So some awesome points. We had a cluster about allowing you to reach new people. So Twain in Jamaica said he's made connections all over the world while still living in Jamaica. Becky was great. You can be an extrovert right from your couch. It seemed like there was a theme about the idea of connecting groups and people together around events or causes. So people using social media in the church, people using it to connect with their old high school friends and college friends, and then even just finding local events in the physical world in their community or area. So a lot of great comments from you guys. If you want to see more of the comments or you want to add to the conversation, it's not too late. Check out the links below to Facebook and Instagram. We want to hear what you think is the point of social media. That's all we have for episode 27 about social media. We'll see you back next time for episode 28. And if you have a question for a future episode, here's how to ask.